Hey you guys, Crystal Grace here and welcome back, and sweetie, I should say. This is take two because I wasn't really vibing with the first topic. So this one is all about what people have currently realized about you. We have three piles to choose from: pile number one, pile number two, and pile number three. So take a moment to connect with one of the cards, and just a quick disclaimer why you do that is please trust that my intentions for these readings are never to put you on a path of a downward spiral. It's always to just confirm your own intuition. Okay, so with that said, please jump off a reading if you feel like the reading is putting you in that kind of headspace, and just accept that the reading might not be for you, or my channel might not be for you. Like, there's plenty of times I can cross paths with a reader on YouTube, and I'm like, oh, not today. Like, yeah. So let's find out. Let's find out what they have realized about you. Okay, pile number two, welcome to your reading. So those of you who chose the Urus, strength, patience, vitality. So this is a bison, okay, but back in the day before like they became extinct, were on the brink of becoming extinct. They were called no, they weren't called Urus, is the ruin. Okros. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I'm probably not. But yeah. So obviously they're an animal. So this animal, the closest living animal today is a bison. So this animal is extinct. So I kind of feel like for you guys, like maybe you feel like you're going extinct. I don't know. It makes me question maybe where you're at this time, because when we think about strength, patience, vitality, it's like I feel, and like this is a very strong creature. Okay, this is a very powerful creature. It's also a highly spiritual one, I would say. So I kind of feel like for a lot of you, you're having to be very patient and persistent at this time with maybe people. And I feel like you have to tap into more like a calmly energy to deal with like toxic energies at this time. And it's probably really pushing you to the brink. It's probably really pushing you to have more inner strength, more patience, and to protect your vitality, your health. Because naturally when we're in toxic environments, it can fucking drain you like a motherfucker. So excuse my French, but keep up with like probably active exercise, eating right, but I definitely feel like when you guys are in the ideal environment, like your body is fit, your body is like full of strength, it regenerates easily, it heals all wounds very easily. But I kind of get the impression at this point in time, some of you are not in that state, like you're not in a healthy environment, is what I feel. I feel like you're like thinking about this animal was pushed out, extinct for its like skin and like fur and whatever. They wiped it out, as unfortunately a lot of humans have done with certain animals and people and whatever. I kind of feel like you could be, some of you could be even being pushed out of a business. You could be being quite tested by the universe at this time. Okay. So if that sounds like you, cool. Let's find out. I want to find out, what have people realized about you? She's like an ornament, isn't she? She's so cute. I wake up in the mornings and she's curled like that around my head. It's very nice. All right, so we do have the Seven of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Um, we have the Five of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, the Empress, the Seven of Pentacles. Two sevens, which is interesting. Hardly ever see that, to be fair. So this is something that talks about like a seven. The number seven is a number that talks about spiritual awakening and like divine wisdom. Somebody having a lot of inner knowing. Definitely talks about somebody trying to search for the truth, and like both of these people, like she's going off on her own. So I kind of feel like with the Seven of Wands as your overall energy, as to what people have realized or what a person has realized about you. Look, I would have to say this energy here is about perseverance, persistence, right? And the Seven of Wands confirms that, because it is a card that talks about somebody being perseverance, somebody having a strong sense of perseverance, somebody who has a lot of self-confidence and defending their one's value. You know, and the reason why they're like this is because they've had to overcome obstacles to gain control of their life. So when I kind of bring it back to this bison card, that's what I'm going to call it, because I don't want to sound like a loser mispronouncing words. But yeah, I honestly think like a lot of people can see this energy. They can see that you're very perseverant at this time. Although people could be trying to push you out, trying to get you to bite, trying to like drain you of your energy, I feel like what people are realizing about you is you can persevere through their bullshit. Like you have enough self-confidence to defend your own value. You have enough like skill set, enough wisdom as well. Thinking back to the number seven, you have inner knowledge, you have divine wisdom. And I actually think when people are doing things to you at this time, when they remove themselves from your environment, what happens is they don't jump at lights, because that's not going to end well for anyone. Yes, you're so pretty. So I feel like what these people or this person is realizing is that when they're pushing you to the brink, what happens is that like what they're trying to do is not having an impact on you. And what they're realizing is that you've already previously overcome obstacles before that has allowed you not to lose control, is what I feel like these people are realizing. I think you've got people who are trying to antagonize you at this time. And what they're realizing about you, pile one, is that you can't be broken because you've already been broken before. Now, I don't know if that's something somebody else has communicated to them or not, but that's sort of the vibe I'm picking up with the Seven of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands would indicate how you're being viewed, or sorry, not viewed. What people have realized about you is something about she's walking away. So traditionally, Five of Wands would talk about somebody being surrounded by a lot of competition or conflict. There's a lot of rivalry, but she's walking away. So although this kind of gives me the impression what they've realized about you is you will walk away, like when conflict occurs. Like it's like you're not a competitive person, because if you were, she'd be walking towards us, you know, she'd be walking towards us, maybe holding those walking sticks in the air. So I feel like what people have realized about you is although you could compete with them, although you could contest their bullshit, although you could fight and create disagreements with them and create a lot of struggles for them, because you have this inner knowing, because you have inner wisdom, you choose to walk away. You would rather like carry on your own journey and focus on thyself than stoop to their level, is what I feel these people are realizing, or this person is realizing. People are trying to rival you up, you have rivalries, okay? So people may be realizing that, or what they've realized about you is you're very well educated or experienced having rivalries and having people trying to compete with you and create a lot of conflict around you, create arguments, discourse between you and other people. So you might even go to school here. Like, it seems very low vibrational, very immature. It seems like bullshit school stuff, to be honest. So you might work in a really shitty workplace where everyone still has the mentality of 8-year-old schoolgirls, right? So naturally, that's sort of what I'm picking up with the Five of Wands. Four of Pentacles, right? It's a card that can talk about, I don't know, it can talk about greed and possessions, right? And when I look at her, she's very, like, I'm seeing Gollum from Lord of the Rings. Now, I've never really got into that series, only because, like, I don't like looking at scary monsters like that. I think I've looked enough at them in my travels as my own alien form. But yeah, like I feel like she's looking at these seashells as, my precious. So I think, like, what people have realized about you is that you do have a lot of possessions, or you are very proud of your financial stability. You are very, like, I don't know. She's all alone here at the beach looking at the seashells. So people might realize, like, you are very socially withdrawn at the moment. Like, you're not really encouraging anyone to come and hang out with you. You're very much focusing on possession. So maybe what people have realized about you at this time is, like, you're actually more into creating wealth and financial stability than building friendships or establishing friendships, is one way I'm picking up with this. I just feel like people have realized you're more fixated on maybe the material world than them, is what I feel. Like, you're not interested in the bullshit these people come. So they're throwing bullshit at you and you're over here looking at your seashells. Like, you're like, yeah, cool. Let me know when you, like, grow a pair and grow the fuck up, and, you know, we can talk again. So then we have the Three of Cups. This is a very unusual imagery for the Three of Cups. It doesn't really make any sense, to be honest, but, you know, I didn't make the deck, and no offense to the author or the artist. I just, yeah, it's peculiar, but we like peculiar here on this channel. So Three of Cups traditionally talks about special occasions and friendships and going out drinking, partying with your friends, but she's not doing that. She, like, I get, like, Wands energy in the sense of, like, do I follow a creative path here, or do I follow, like, this intellectual path? But the fact that we're asking the question about what have people realized about you is that you are highly intelligent, is what I'm really pick up from this. Like, what people have realized about you is they don't know what way or how you're going to react to their bullshit, is what I feel. They're not sure how you will ever respond to their, I guess, low vibrational energy. I feel like what also they've realized about you is that you know a lot of stuff. So there's a lot of magic in this globe, and this looks like quite boring, you know. This is very mainstream thinking, and I think what people have realized about you is you're very crafty and you're very creative, maybe in how you handle these situations, and you could be very condescending and passive aggressive, and people could be realizing that about you because you're creative enough in the sense that you have that spiritual connection with, you know, your spirit team, whoever you connect with. And so I kind of feel like with the Three of Cups, what people are realizing about you is you know a lot more than what you let on. You pretend you only know this much, but you know a fuck ton of information. It's very colorful. It's very juicy. It could be very gossipy as well. So people might confide in you, and what people are realizing about you is that they confide in you. So these people trying to start you maybe are learning that other people confide in you. You're able to take that ammunition and push back at them without being malicious. it then makes them sort of review their own behavior. It's interesting energy coming through. So let me know what's going on if you feel comfortable. Let all of us know what's going on. So then moving to the Empress, what people have realized about you is like the Empress, again, coming back to this strength energy. The Empress, when faced in, when facing adversity, is never going to lower her, what is the word? Demure or whatever. Decorum is how you would behave, right? Her decorum is never going to change. So what people are realizing about you is that you can't be affected by their bullshit. You will hold in your, remain in your power and still carry on celebrating your birthday and having a good time. I actually see this Empress card with the birthday. Like, what people have realized about you is you cherish your birthday. You take your existence very seriously. You care for your well-being. You love who you are. With the Empress, like the Empress takes very good care of themselves. They bath, they moisturize, they always ensuring that their happiness is at the forefront of their mind. So I actually feel like what these people are realizing is that they can't gain access to you because you've already put yourself up on the highest pedestal anyone could put themselves on, is what I feel with the Empress, which I think's a fantastic energy to be in. So go fuck them. If this is really resonating, you're like, I love the fact that you haven't told these people to like fucking beat it. You just allow to sit in your energy. I don't know. I feel like you're very creative in how you tell people to go fuck themselves. I think you're doing it, but you're definitely doing it in a very creative manner because the Empress is confirming there is this level of creativity. These people are realizing that you get back at them in a very creative, spiritual way, and they can't prove it. It's not something they could say, Pile One did this because they called upon their spirit guides and then all this weird shit was happening. No one's ever going to say that. They'll know it's happening, but they're never going to say it because no one would believe them. They'd be like, you're fucking weird and there's no one, Pile One has spirits and blah, blah, right? But that's what I actually feel is going on in this pile, and I love that for you guys. You could be sending people quite mad, and not mad, angry mad, but losing the plot. I feel like some of you have some really quirky ancestors on the other side, and when people start fucking with you, they definitely step in and start fucking with these people. And I actually feel like these people then have realized they actually can't gain access to you. Yeah. You have a lot of jealous energy around you. I think a lot of people are very envious of your beauty here, your self-control, your ability to sort of remain in your power mainly. You just work with whatever they throw at you, and they hate that. They hate that you don't bite back. They hate that you're not arguing, fighting or creating arguments. You go away, you focus on your inner peace, and then you fucking get them in a really unusual way. I don't think it's you gets them. I actually think it's your spirit team. So then to close out your reading with the Seven of Pentacles, right? Again, this is a card that talks about patience. So they definitely realize, and it's a card that also talks about perseverance. So they definitely have realized that you're so patient and very focused on your own work. I think some of you you've got this other project going on. So these people at work, I would say, or school, are trying to maybe fuck with you. It could be family. But what they've realized is you're not going to buy into their bullshit. You're over here building something. Okay, you're also very creative. Whatever you are building, they may have just realized that you have a side hustle as well here, and that it may bring you a lot of abundance here with the Empress as well, because the Empress is obviously about birthing something. It's also about bringing, maybe a baby into the world as well here. But Seven of Pentacles definitely tells me what they've realized is that you are working on a project and your hard work is paying off. Okay, and they may have thought that whatever project you're working on, whatever you're manifesting, wouldn't pay off. But I think they're maybe doing checkups on you, maybe spying on you, talking to people, and they're learning, pile one, that whatever you're doing outside of this environment is actually gaining a lot of like foot traffic, success, recognition. So that is what I have for you. Let me know if you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So we have magic, cunning, and mystery. So Perth row, I would say, because Perth and then row. So we call this here in Australia fox, but Perth row is the ruin. Foxes, I feel, when you never get to see them very up close here in Australia. You always see them running across the road, and hopefully if you're lucky enough you don't hit them. So they're pretty fast though, and smart. I love the mushrooms on the imagery here, but the vibe I'm picking up here for a lot of you is there is a magic that you could be feeling at this time, or the magic within you is making you more cunning. Like, these creatures are very cunning. Like, they'll run across the fucking road at the very last minute, bit full, like fool's energy. They will leap towards things because they know it's safe enough. Okay, I think you guys are like very mystical, like creatures sort of way, sort of vibe is what I'm picking up. I feel like with the mystery there, you love a good mystery. I think most of the time you would rather not know what's going on. You'd rather leave certain things a mystery. Well, not everything, because you hear at this pick a card reading. But I think overall, those of you who have picked this, you might like psychedelics here with the mushrooms. If you might do that other thing where they go to another dimension, see all the same aliens or whatever. I can't remember what it's called. I've never done that because that sounds, mushrooms are like so intense. I tried them in Amsterdam when I was living in Scotland, and it was like next level. So anyway, very cool though. So yeah, but I just feel like you're looking at something at the moment. You're very focused on something. You could be focused on some kind of like task, but I want to do something a little bit different here. I just want to pull a card. What are you looking at? So we have the Eight of Swords. We do have a court card on the bottom of the deck. And you're looking behind you in a way. Is it behind you or sort of over there? It's not really behind you. So you must be looking at a person, I would have to say. Somebody that you might feel is your wish fulfillment. You could probably be in a state of like not being able to eat, sleep, or think about anything else but a Queen of Cups energy. And this person is like your kind of person emotionally. They're most likely thinking about you too, pile number 2, because we have the Nine of Cups. But with the Hangman there's obviously some kind of stagnation happening. And stagnation can be like nothing too overwhelming. It could be the fact like your lifestyle, like your lifestyles don't allow you to see each other as much as you would like to. And when you do find you kind of wish fulfillment with somebody and there's stagnation because of rosters at work or whatever, yeah, that's going to be really shit. So if that sounds like you, cool. So let's find out what people have realized about pile 2. It's too many. There's the Hangman. Looks really sad. The Devil was on the bottom of the deck when I started shuffling, and I was like, oh, it's quite peculiar. I think there's the Fool. And this is why I really love shuffling on live, or while I'm recording, because we talked about the Fool and the Fool came out, and you can't make that up. So your overall energy is the Wheel of Fortune. So I actually feel this is very romantic. I think like what this person has realized about you with the Wheel of Fortune is that they want to move things forward with you, but they might be struggling how to do that with the Nine of Swords. So we have the Hangman, the Devil, the Nine of Swords, the Fool, and the Six of Swords. So the vibe I'm picking up here, pile two, is what this person, I feel like it's one specific person you've come to this reading about. If you have come here to know about a group of people, stick around. I'll see if I pick up that, but I do feel strong energy of one specific person. And I feel like what this person has realized about you is like they've been praying for somebody like you. And even we have the Moon card here, and you know, this is a card for me that does talk about soulmates, but in separation. It can talk about karmic soulmates, but I feel like this person, they're seeing you in their dreams. And I think what they've realized about you is there is soulmate energy here. Okay, they're very attached to you. They're very addicted to you. I think what they've also realized about you is you're the reason why they're probably not sleeping at night. You're the reason why they're feeling very anxious, because they know they need to take a leap of faith towards you, or else you're going to set sail. Like, this girl's at the airport ready to probably go take photos in Cambodia or somewhere, right? So, you know, you could have already one foot out the door with this person. Okay, because the Hangman's here, as I mentioned before, the Hangman isn't just like, oh, you're in complete separation, not talking. It could be the fact it's a roster at work that collides with your roster, and that's why you can't see each other. But for others of you with the Hangman coming out, I would definitely say what this person's realized is that this stagnation is creating a lot of sadness for them. I also feel like this stagnation, or whatever they did to you, ghosting you, left you waiting, created a lot of sadness within you, is what they've realized. I feel like with the Devil card, this person has definitely realized how much they are connected to you. They feel very drawn to you sexually, and a lot of you physically as well, if it hasn't been sexual. Now, the fact of your absence, if you are out of contact with this person, what they've realized about you is that they've missed an opportunity here, and that they need to take action before you, I don't know, sail away. It's sort of like, fuck, what have I done? And I actually feel like this person, if they could turn back time, they would, to rectify fucking things up with you. So this could be somebody, what they've realized about you. This could be like an ex. You know, this could be like, for some of you, because we're asking the question, what have they realized? What have people realized about you? This could actually apply to a lot of different people that you have crossed paths with, that who have ghosted you, who have stood you up, who have not given you that time of the day that they should have. Because I feel like for this pile, maybe you had a lot of soulmate encounters. So you fell in love with them pretty quickly. They did not fall in love with you. And I kind of feel like what those people have sort of realized about your pile too is that you are soulmate material. These people, it won't matter how much they pray and pray and pray, you're not going to come back, is what I feel. They will have to live in a state of anxiety and, you know, despair, because you're in the full energy. You are taking a leap of faith towards like new adventures, especially new romantic ones. The Six of Swords talks about somebody moving on from things that do not serve them. So these people have realized you're no longer going to sit around waiting for them. You know, you've moved on. Like, they might even realize like them doing that to you put you on a path of like being obsessed that led you to sleepless nights. So then like you've had to accept maybe what they've realized with the Fool can talk about, you know, they're the fool. Like, they're realizing that you've realized that they were foolish towards you. Like, they treated you like a fool. So you're moving on. So it's quite an interesting read, very different to the energy coming through pile one. But I just want you to know, like, when people do this to you, pile two, they will never deserve you. Don't ever allow people who ghost you, stand you up, not put you on the pedestal that you deserve to be. don't ever allow them back in your life. Don't ever give them the satisfaction. Because I truly believe you will cross paths with the person where when you meet, like, look, there might be a couple of weeks where it's a bit like, but like once you've like expressed and exchanged that energy, like you will know, like, and I know it's cliche, but they say you'll just know, and I do believe you will just know. And I think that's the best message I can give you. Anyone who does this and puts you in a state of this energy, like all this energy, you need to tap into this energy and like pack your bags and go on a nice holiday, and don't waste any more time on people who have made you lose sleep, wonder where you stood with them, created a lot of confusion for you because they were fuckwits, you know. And there's plenty of them out there. There's a lot of fucking damaged souls on this planet who go around wounding other souls because they won't go and do the healing. They won't go and do the work with a therapist or whatever. But I think a really good, I think the best place to start is their family. If the person comes from a fairly good family, you know, and I find personally guys who have good relationships with their mum always have treated me right. Guys who have had bad relationships with their mum have had really not a lot of respect for me. And that, I'm not trying to generalize or anything, and I'm sorry if that resonates in a back to front way for you. But it's just speaking from experience. Like the most brutal things that men have ever done have been from the ones who have had mums disown them and like treat them like shit. So yeah, doesn't mean that's for everyone, but you know, somebody would obviously need to hear that message. So that is what I have for you guys. I really do hope this message finds the right viewer. Let me know down in the comments if you feel comfortable to do that, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, your pile one, welcome to your reading. So we have, well, I don't know, is that a reindeer or is that a cow with horns? Let's see. Oh, anyone who had a cow in a field of fertile soil was a rich man. That was back in the old days. Now, if they've got a cow, you just call them John Dutton. No. All right. So wealth, abundance, and work. I think a lot of you have picked this pile. You know, you could be buying cattle at this time. I don't know. You could be farming. You could be planting flowers or doing some kind of gardening. But I definitely vibe with this. Like, cows are so majestic, and when you're lucky enough to get up close to them, oh my God, the windows of their soul are very beautiful. Like, but yeah, so I kind of feel like field days or something. Some of you could be going to, I don't know, playing in the field, doing something in outdoors, in the outback. So wealth, abundance, and work. So I definitely feel like a lot of you are very much focusing on your wealth, abundance via work. So you are working on different things, or maybe you're just working on one kind of career here. But I definitely think you are very majestic looking. I think a lot of people find you very attractive. There's something about your skin. There's something about the clothes you wear. I just find a lot of people look at you as somebody who's very wealthy, very abundant. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is people at work. So let's find out, what have they realized? What have people realized about? And I feel like there's a lot of energies coming through here, meaning a lot of people have realized this about you. Okay, so with the Six of Cups, we could say these are people from your past. There's been a lot of realizations about this pile. I think when I look at this, you are not where people thought you would be. Like, you're not, like the position you are currently in is not where anyone ever thought you would be. Yeah. So we have a lot of abundance here. Bottom of the deck, we have Nine of Pentacles. Beautiful energy. a lot of people are realizing like, you might have been like fucking around in your early years. You could have been like, I don't know, fucking around, dicking around, whatever you want to call it. You could be quite a playful character or somebody people don't take very seriously, but like all of a sudden overnight it was like you've got a fuck ton of abundance through, you know, maybe being connected to a higher power. You have definitely skills of telepathy. So let's start back over here. There's just a lot. Nine of Pentacles, what people have realized about you as the whole energy is like you have a lot of material security and you live very comfortably. Like Nine of Pentacles is the baby empress, okay? It's somebody who is already got a lot of abundance, but people are realizing you're going to have a fuck ton more. So whatever you're recently, whatever these people have recently discovered about you, maybe people from your past, it has something to do with spiritual work. Like you could be a tarot reader, psychic medium, you could be some kind of healer. But you, like, if you didn't know this, you have the skill or the gift of telepathy. So you can send out a signal. Well, we all can, but you have very strong sense of this skill. You can like send out a send out a message to people to like message you, and they will message you. Not all the time. You're not fucking Houdini or whatever. Houdini, what? But you do have this skill set to a degree. You'll know what I mean when you, if it resonates. So, you know, it's Nine of Pentacles talks about somebody being very independent, somebody who has a high sense of self-esteem as well. So I definitely feel like a lot of people are realizing that your self-esteem is at an all-time high, and that's stemming from like your material wealth, your material security. Like you're very abundant and you don't need anybody. And people are realizing that you're very happy to just chill on your own, work your own magic, create your own wealth. You don't need anyone, right? And we see this also with the Ace of Pentacles, because it talks about what people are realizing about you is that you have you're growing your prosperity. I would have to say with the Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, because this is the beginning of abundance, right? This is the beginning of a prosperous business venture, like new beginning, right? It's also about money coming in. So people, maybe what they've recently realized is that the more you focus on your wealth and abundance, the more comes in, the more happy you become too with money. So people might have realized recently that you're very happy with your level of abundance, but you want more. Like money makes you happy is what I feel some people have realized about you. But yeah, I think overall, like you guys are hard workers, and it's hard to, become successful overnight. That's not something that happens, on well, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer and say success doesn't happen overnight. But in this day and age, there's that many people saturating the market in all areas of ways you can be successful. Like success doesn't really happen overnight. It takes time. And I think you guys know this. You've created this like beautiful world for yourself, and it's all come through taking time, sticking to your guns, sticking to a routine, and now you're seeing the fruit of your labor. So the Six of Cups, right? It's one that talks about old friends and nostalgia. Some kind of like childhood connection here. So what people could realize about you, maybe from your childhood or old friends, is that like maybe they want to reconcile with you, is what I really feel with the Six of Cups. People are kind of realizing, or some people are realizing, that they want to reconcile with you. Now just be mindful, some people might want to reconcile with you because you've reached some kind of level of fame or some kind of level of wealth that they may want to benefit from. For others of you, what people might realize about you is obviously like a very playful energy. Like when you're not focusing on your craft or your work, you're actually a very playful, innocent person. You are a very gentle soul. but at the same time, when you're like your mind's on your money and your money's on your mind vibe is what I'm picking up. Now, the moon, in regards to how people what they've realized about you, is that maybe because you do have such a strong focus on wealth and abundance, there could be some kind of inconsistency here or uncertainty. Your perception of them might not be the best, because you don't, I feel like for a lot of you have very limited time for people. So I feel like what people have realized about you is if they create any confusion or make you feel insecure, or show any form of inconsistency, you will know what that's about with the High Priestess next door. I think a lot of people from your past taught you about deception and discernment, about when people are inconsistent, that you know what that means. It's to release and let them go. So I think what people have realized about you is that the deception that they put upon you or their inconsistent behavior created a lot of uncertainty within you, or a lot of confusion, made you feel insecure. So then you close the door on them. Like you close the door on these people. So I feel like what they've realized, these people are in a state of contemplation as to why, you know, you may have stopped access to them, or why they no longer are in your life. And it's because you chose you. It's because you chose your own wealth and abundance, and you're focusing on your work. I would really have to say that. You know, the High Priestess sort of suggests what people have realized about you is that you are highly intuitive. You are heavily connected to the divine. You know, some people might feel a strong familiarity to you with these three cards here and the telepathy energy. I think a lot of people with the High Priestess card, people feel very drawn to you, very connected to you. They've probably had past lives with you. They may see you in their dreams. So I think what people realize about you is that I think they miss you, to be honest, pile 3. I actually think a lot of people are having dreams about you at this time, and it's accessing, by having a dream about you, it's allowing them to access their unconscious. So it's probably putting them on a path of deep contemplation about what went wrong and what they did to you. And I feel like a lot of these people are realizing that they've about you is that they've repressed their feelings about losing you. You know, they've kind of realized, like, there's a window of missed opportunities here with you. I also feel like what people have realized with the High Priestess is obviously witchy woo-woo energy, but you have sacred knowledge. You can read right through people. People can't lie to you, deceive you, because you know when they're lying, is what people are realizing about you. You've got like this, you know, the book of, what is that? That witch book. I don't know, it's sort of like, I don't know, people just, what they realize about you is like you can't be fooled. Like there is no veil that they could place on your eyes to not see their intentions, is what people are realizing about you. And I actually think it's whatever you do. And with the High Priestess coming up here, I would definitely have to say a lot of people, what they've realized about you is you're like, if you are a tarot reader, psychic medium, that's actually true. So they could be engaging in your content, or like they could be talking to other people and getting feedback on, you know, whatever it is that you're producing or whatever service you're providing. And from there, what they're realizing with the Ace of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups is this is going to bring you a lot of prosperity and abundance, and it also brings you a lot of happiness. So you may actually find yourself transitioning out of a current environment, work environment, and moving more into a full-time environment where you can tap into this High Priestess energy. You know, some of you could be open to, you know, starting some kind of group, religion, not religion's probably the wrong choice of words, but yeah. And so to close out your reading, because we've already touched on that Ace of Pentacles, we have the 10 of Cups, right? So I definitely feel like what people have realized about you is that they've missed a window of opportunity, as I mentioned. And I feel like it's a window of opportunity where they could have created like a very harmonious family unit with you. They could have like had a lot of happiness and fulfillment, by having a relationship with you. I think you have a lot of people sitting in a state of regret that they didn't pursue you or they didn't allow you to pursue them. Yeah, I actually think a lot of people, what they've realized about you is that you're a very happy person. You're always filling your own cup, but you're already satisfied in a family unit for some of you. I think a lot of people are realizing that you could be in some kind of soulmate connection here. But Nine of Pentacles is a heavily single card as well. So that may not resonate with everyone, but your dreams are coming true and people are realizing that with the Ten of Cups. Like, you can manifest anything into reality, and people are realizing that about you, pile 3. So you are very magical, and you are like, you know, people would say that's witch work, and to a degree it is, but not in a negative light. So that is all I have for you guys. Really hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time. Bye.